Boosh has a chubby. So do I. We were talking earlier, folks. We love these little chubby bottles. It's a great shape. It's awesome. It's just something you don't see anymore.
That's the old style of what they used to go in, and now actually Coors, the regular Coors, the banquet beer, is in those.
Chubbies too.
Yep.
Damn, I got a chubby for Coors.
Yep.
Anyway,
and those really they fit the hand perfectly.
Mm-hmm. I love the shape of these bottles. I am the Mighty Plantain. Damn. I am the Mighty Plantain, and as I was saying, Boosh is with me. We're actually looking at a Budweiser product today. Again.
Yeah, and you've been seeing it on TV here, advertising for quite a bit here. It's the Discovery Reserve.
This is here, this specialty red lager. Red lagers are good.
Yep.
Is brewed with Voyager barley grains for a toasted malt taste with a hint of toffee, a light hoppy aroma, and a sharp finish. Inspired by archival malt-forward recipe brewed at the time of Apollo missions. So this was done for what?
That would have been
something anniversary of Apollo 11?
Yeah, I think late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah. So Budweiser's been, and we usually crap on Bud.
They've actually hit on these new recipes. For us, anyway. Yeah. I know that you've been giving them a good, more than average, anyway.
Yeah, it's
and better than their regular Budweiser or Bud Light. But.
Way better than regular Bud or Bud Light. So yeah, these new, and I hate to admit it, but the Discovery Reserve, I can't remember the others, but we've done most of them.
The Prohibition Repeal.
And then there
was the Copper, the one with Jim Beam.
I think that was the Copper you were just saying.
Yep.
With the Jim Beam, it was aged over Jim Beam barrel staves.
Yep. And those have actually been very good. I'm kind of wondering though if they're kind of, because one of those was a red one too.
Yeah. They've all pretty much been red or copper, which copper is basically a red.
Right.
But yeah, they've been different enough from regular Budweiser that we've actually been impressed. And then, they're also bringing in some charitable stuff. I don't think they're doing that with the Discovery Reserve, but, it's a nice anniversary type thing. They've been different.
And they've been different, especially from Budweiser. It's almost as if they've found some other recipes that they might be, like, expanding into an older part of the brewery and finding these things. Who knows?
But they've been decent. And honestly, we all know why they're doing it. They're trying to pander to the craft beer market and tie into the American spirit, because Budweiser is America's beer. Let's not mince words here. I mean, they brew a consistent product that a lot of Americans like, and they've got to...
And it's consistent right across the board between all of their brands.
Number one export in America is Budweiser. Everybody outside
Bud Light,
of America
actually
gets Budweiser and Bud Light.
Yep.
So, they've got a consistent product, but the regular offerings from Bud are just beer.
Right.
It's a basic beer. So, it's nice to see these one-offs, and we're going to give them credit where credit's due. We're going to give them a review and check them out.
Yeah.
Plus, we love the chubby bottles. It's fucking awesome. So, yeah.
Roddy loves a chubby.
I love giving a chubby. American Red Lager. It's actually at 5% ABV, which makes it stronger than the typical Budweiser. Still twist tops, but,
Yeah, that's Budweiser. That makes it easy. Well, that way you don't have to fumble around with your keyring while you're driving in your car to get the bottle opener out.
Do not encourage people to drink the road sodas. We don't want that.
I'm not.
But he's right.
I'm not, but that's...
Ooh. Look at how
that's a very nice...
bubbly that is.
You know what that almost reminds me of as far as the color? Is the Sam Adams Lager.
Yeah.
Although this is more effervescent.
It is very bubbly. I was just showing that there's still bubbles stuck on the side of the glass down further, not even coming to the top.
It's not quite as dark as the Sam Adams Lager, but it almost looks the same. It has the same hue to it.
It has a very similar reddish coppery color, and Those bubbles, they're not sticking around on the head, but they are coming up through. There's a lot of them, and it's fairly clear. I mean, you can't necessarily read a newspaper through it, but that's the
difference.
The Sam Adams thing.
Yep.
You shouldn't be able to read a newspaper through your beer. Anyway.
That's true. That's what a lot of people think.
I can definitely agree.
Yep.
No, it's got more color and already more character than a regular Budweiser.
Now, are we doing this a disservice though by putting it into the Sam Adams glass?
I think we're doing it a favor.
Okay. Because you do have that. I mean, these Sam Adams glasses, you have the cavitation point and all that stuff that Jim Cook actually crafted the glass.
The glass is designed to complement Boston Lager, but we
Right.
use it for most beers on this channel because it's easier than carrying 4 different beer
Right.
glasses. Like for stouts and porters, there's one for IPAs. The glasses are shaped
And there's one for
differently.
Pilsners, there's one for all that stuff.
Exactly.
And really, these really actually cover all the angles.
Yeah, they're made specifically for the Sam Adams Perfect Pint glass. Perfect Pint glass is made for Sam Adams Boston Lager, but it works very well for all beer
For all
styles.
beer styles.
Versus, like I said, having 4 different glasses and trying to match them up to the styles.
Right.
But
Which is good.
exactly.
It definitely makes Sam Adams a lot better.
Getting a hint of sweetness.
There is. Getting a hint of the malt characteristics, what they were supposed to be.
Yeah, graininess with some sweetness to it.
Yep.
I'm not getting any sort of hoppy bitterness. They did hint at hoppiness in the label, but I'm not necessarily getting any hop aromas here.
Nope. Which actually is kind of good for me because I don't really care for the high hop stuff, which kind of turns me off a little bit, but
yeah. I mean, you've gotten better over the years.
Yes.
But it takes a good IPA, a well-balanced IPA, to really catch your fancy.
Marsh Island Swayze.
See, what I did was I threw a Stone Ruin 10 at him one day, and ever since then,
I've actually appreciated it.
beers.
And the other thing I kind of really, as far as like the American beer, Miller Lite has a little bit more of a hoppy flavor because they hop it three different times, and actually that smooths it out. That actually makes it really, to me, it makes it a better beer than say Bud Light or Coors Light or even some of the other ones that aren't bad neither. But
he's willing to admit when people change his mind.
Oh yes. Well, not when people change when I change my mind.
All right. Anyway. Still better than a regular Budweiser, but it tastes a lot like Budweiser with
some added ingredients that you could say, I mean, that kind of change the characteristic a little bit. What I'm getting is the maltiness actually kind of lingers on your tongue a little bit.
Absolutely, and there's a hint of sweetness with it.
Yes, and that lingers on your tongue as well.
It's closer to an Irish red than I would have expected.
Actually, it's almost like Killian's Irish red. Not quite as dark and not as flavorful as Killian's.
It's sweeter.
It is sweeter than Killian's.
But yeah,
I think that might be because of the rice. If they actually use the rice in the brewing, like they do for most of their beers.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what gives it that sweeter flavor.
Yeah, but it doesn't come through as much in regular Budweiser as it is in this.
Right.
There is a slight hint of hoppy bitterness that I'm not used to getting from a Budweiser, and that's coming through in the finish.
Yeah, it's hard to really describe. But compared to the other the specialties that we've done with Budweiser, I would actually put this as tasting better than those.
Really?
Yes.
See, I think I like the Copper Reserve with the Jim Beam, and even though the unofficial Jim Beam boycott is still on,
And
I still think I like that one better. Mostly
that one
because it's got a whiskey bourbon flavor
for me.
to
For
it.
me, that's a close second.
Mm.
It's actually a pretty good beer. I would take this and drink it regularly if they actually would produce it regularly. But
Yeah. Versus the other Budweiser special editions, I do think this would be my second to the Copper Reserve. I mean, it's definitely better than a regular Budweiser.
if I remember right, I gave those other ones like a 3.5. I'm gonna give this a 4.
Wow, that's high marks.
Yep.
I think I'm still at I'm hovering between 3.5 and a 3 on this. I think the fact that I'm impressed by something Budweiser put out is making me bump it up to the 3.5. Now, bear in mind, we do a scale of 1 to 5. So a 2.5 is average. So a 3.5 is actually pretty respectable
Right,
for a lot of the beers.
which you've actually given mostly Budweisers, except for Natty Light. Or the Natty...
Natter Day.
The Natter Day.
I'm not talking about Natter Day. That is an experience I do not want to relive.
I mean, you've given pretty much all the other Budweiser products right around a 2.5.
Yeah, somewhere between
A 2.5 to 3.
3.5. Yeah.
Mainly because it's more on the consistency. Because I mean, you take a Budweiser bottle, drink it, and maybe the first one out of the batch, and then you take the last one out of like the 200 batches, and it tastes the same.
Yeah, they do make a very consistent product, but that's because it's a well-selling beer in America, and people have a certain expectation when they crack open a Budweiser.
Yeah.
Whatever you expect from a regular Budweiser, expect more from this.
Yep.
Because it is a better effort than what we're used to from them.
Yeah. It actually is a very good beer, and it would be one. I mean, how much was a 6-pack?
I can't remember. It was closer to like $10.
So it's a little more expensive.
A little bit more than a 6-pack of Budweiser.
Right.
But definitely worth that
Definitely
price.
worth it.
Yeah.
It was probably actually along the same lines as the other ones too, as far as price.
Exactly. So regardless of what Budweiser's aiming to do with this beer, they have succeeded in making something better than their regular product. I mean, a 4 out of 5 from Boosh, 3.5 out of 5 from me. That's actually pretty high marks.
For both of us.
For a Budweiser product especially.
Yeah, but there is, I mean, you do have that flavor in it. In a regular Budweiser, it feels kind of watered down. A little bit.
Not as watered down as Coors Light. But,
right, or as watered down as Bud Light. Bud Light is too. But this actually, I think they kind of took a step. They added something to the base Budweiser to make this, and it actually improved everything.
Yeah, it's a good beer. I'm going to admit that.
Yep. I won't turn it down if somebody offered it to me.
And I ain't keeping the chubby bottles. Because if I ever start brewing, I keep tossing the idea around, but Sam Adams bottles work great, but
those would be good.
Chubbies are fucking awesome. I want to put my beer in a chubby, because my beer will hopefully give me a chubby. Anyway.
Actually, I saw her up in up at Tradewinds on one of their coolers. It says it has Old Chub.
Yes.
Scotch Ale.
Old Chubs. That's,
and it was a sticker.
Oscar
it was
Blues.
A bumper sticker.
Not Oscar Blues.
I saw that. I saw the name of it too. I actually got a picture of it on my other phone, which is dead.
I think it's Oscar Blues. I can't remember though. I actually did a review on Old Chub.
On Old Chub? Okay.
Yep. Buddy from work, Keenan, gave me
gave you one.
Free bottle because he had some left over. Hey, free beers are always awesome,
Yep.
but
Send us beer.
It's even better when it tastes good. Anyway, I think we're at the point where we're going to start rambling, even though we have already. So we're going to cut this here.
Gonna ramble a little more.
Yeah, this is way better than standard Budweiser. You should definitely check it out for yourself. Once you've done that, hit us up down below in the comments or the email
Tell us
link.
what you think of it.
Yep. Let us know.
Yep.
We want to talk about it. If you agree or disagree, either way.
And I don't know when the last time you mentioned it in the video that you've posted so far. If you have a homebrew yourself, try and get it to us some way. Or if you know somebody that has one that would like to get some opinions on it. Sometimes it's the two of us, sometimes it's him, and sometimes we add a third person, EM Destroyer, and we'll go from there. Yes. If you can get it to us in some way, contact this man right here.
Down below, comments, email link. We'll take viewer suggestions, but we do like when you guys have stuff you want to submit yourselves. And like Boo said, a homebrew, we're going to do what we can to give you
an honest opinion.
Honest and unbiased opinion.
Which so far we've had one homebrew?
2.
We had 2?
TJ
2 from Jay. 2 from Jay.
TJ, man.
2
I'm
from
sorry, Jay. Anyway, yes, Jay McKay.
Yeah, up in Bangor.
Has sent us a couple of homebrews, and we did give the
well, that's what I meant from one person, actually.
Yeah.
It was just one.
One person. We would love to get our hands on more, and, we're always about the free beer either way. But
true.
If you have a homebrew that you want to have reviewed, definitely hit us up. Comments, emailing, and we'll tell you what we think.
Yep. As far as this, very good. It's a very good beer for Budweiser.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, while you're down there in the comments and the email, make sure to hit us up with a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Till next time, folks. Cheers.
Keep drinking, which is what we're going to do.
Yeah, this is the point in the video where Bush usually chugs the beer, but he's already done that, so.
Ooh.
Bad?
That had Lord Kelvin in it.
We might have had a couple of drinks before this video.
And you'll see those sometime. You'll see those at some point.
Probably before this one. But anyway, thanks for watching.